Howdy, very welcome. I really want to say I'm sorry that we can have this session at school, but for our safety, I think that's better to do this way. So I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Um, we are going to talk today. I'm going to talk to you about nurturing and care, about protection, social culture skills, and also teaching. But the most important one I want to talk about is communication. Communication is build a relationship with your child. Play and show love and speak in a loving manner. How must I do that? I've got these 5 love languages I want to read to you. Quality time says, watch this, look at me, or asks you to play with them. What can I do? Fill their love bucket with special one-to-one time each day. Don't isolate them with a time out or send them to their room for discipline. Giving gifts. Gifts don't have to be store-bought items. They can be a meaningful handwritten note and I love you on a napkin in the lunchbox. Sandwiches then that's cut out like a heart, etc. The acts of service wants you to do things for them, even if they could do it without your help. You don't have to jump at every request, but the occasional acts of service means a lot to your child whose love language is acts of service. Your words of affirmation lights up when you praise them or give positive feedback. Their chest puffs up. What must you do? Compliment them, praise them, speak highly of your child so they can overhear. Don't say I love you, but that you mustn't do. Or kids can think your love is conditional. Your physical touch is constantly in your space, wants to be held, cuddled, asks for hugs, craves closeness, do snuggle often, give high fives, offer hugs and hold hands, make moments to physical affection. What mustn't we do? Withdraw affection and touch when you are upset and disciplining them. My child's basic needs and communication. That is so important. You know how a phone works. Someone is talking to you in your ear, but the question is, do we really listen? Someone whispers a sentence of a word in someone's ear, and that person will do the same. It's like a game that we play. But you are not allowed to repeat the sentence or the word, and you must whisper so that the others can't hear you. How is a message transferred and how is the message received? How do we listen to our child? Because this is the way our child will listen to us and listen to the teacher in class. Do we make time to talk to our children? Do we ask our children how their day was? What did they do at school? And was it fun for them? Or do we fetch them just we say, come, 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 hurry up. Do you have everything? We have still to go to the shop. I'm already late. As if it is the child's fault. Do you give your child a kiss? Or do you give your child a hug when you drop him or her off? And also, do you say to your child, they must have a nice day or enjoy your day? Or do we just drop the child off? The way we treat our children in the morning determines not only how our day as parent will start, but also the child's day. If we're going to start early in the morning shouting on them, they're not going to enjoy their day either, and we're not. You will wonder what communication has to do with play. Do we make time to play? Of course, you have to communicate with your child, when you play with them? How do we listen while we play with our child? Are we busy on our cell phone while we play with them? You remember the telephone game? How do we listen to them? We always tell our child that when I talk to you, you must look at me. Do we also do that? Do we look at our child when they talk to us? Do we kneel down to show them we are listening? Do we look them in the eyes? That's what's supposed to be. We must kneel down and look in our child's eyes when he or she is talking to us. When you are in a conversation with a grown-up and your child wants to talk to you, what do we do? Can't you see I'm busy? That's the first thing that we say. Show how you hold a child's hands and you will be talking to him or her soon. You take your child's hand and you keep it in your hand and you just say, I'm going to talk to you just now, just wait a little bit. But still keep your child's hand so he knows that you are going to talk to him. Show and speak love. It's always a way to communicate with your child. It is not necessary to buy gifts to show them your love. There are many other ways. For example, cut their bread in little heart shapes. Draw a heart on the piece of paper and put it into their lunchbox. Praise and compliment your child. Do not hurt your child's self-esteem. Do not tell your child you can't do it before they even try it. Children surprise us sometimes. Let them try. That's the way they're going to learn. Protection. Children need to feel safe at home as well as at school. And the one thing that's so important for me is routine. There should be routine at home and at school. Home and school must work together in this regard because we don't want to confuse the child, because the schools say they must do this and at home they must do that. It's confusing the child. What you say today also applies for tomorrow. That is very important. The child must know exactly what he or she may or may not do. The child must know what the consequences will be if he or she transgresses. Example, if you throw yourself on the floor, I'm going to keep my death and not listen to you until you stop. So you tell the child that is going to happen, and if your child do that, then you show him that is going to happen. I'm not going to listen to you. When you talk to me, I listen, but when you yell at me, I'm not going to listen to you. The same for that one as well. If you promise your child something, you must do it. Then he will know. If I'm going to fall on the floor or I'm going to yell at mommy, she's not going to listen to me. Pay equal attention to the good things, not just noticing the wrong things. If your child doing something good, praise him. Tell your child. Don't if the child is doing something wrong, say the whole time, no, don't do that. No, that's wrong. It won't help the child's self-esteem. It is important that parents work together with the school, with the teachers, and mommy and daddy. It's important that parents work together. Do not try to change too many things at once. Do not say your room is a disgrace and you should not be cluttered. Say rather, tidy up your room before we go into sleep or before bedtime, or put your toys in the box. Do not keep your reward chart too long before he or she gets something. For the little ones it feels like eternity. I think for a week that will be the most obvious thing to do, because if it's going to be a month, it's very long, and that child is not going to stay and wait so long for his reward. Replace the chores, otherwise it becomes boring. You can every day you can give something new, because otherwise it's also to get bored for the child. Rewards can vary. Maybe you can say, if you're going to keep your room clean and tidy, then he will go to the zoo. But every day you must do it. Give him something on the reward, like a sticker or something. And if every day there is a sticker, take your child to the zoo. Remember to give your reward what you promise. Keep your promise. Don't say something and you can't do that. Time out. Time out, it's a better word as the naughty chair. Naughty chair, naughty corner. We don't use that anymore. We use time out. It's only for 2 to 5 minutes. Depends on the age of the child. We work it out. It's 1 minute for every year. So if the child is 3 years old, time out is for 3 minutes. Time out is to take the child out of the environment or the situation. It doesn't gonna work if your child doesn't want to listen and now you said, okay, it's time out, but you still sit in front of the TV with mommy and daddy. That's no time out. Time out. Tell them it's not right. No hitting or biting. Put the child in a quiet place and not for too long. Otherwise, and don't leave your child in the room because you are busy. Child is playing in the room. That's not time out. After time out, sit with your child and say to your child, we are not going to do it anymore, right? And then give your child a hug. Explain to your child, why can't you do that? Why is it wrong? Let him say sorry and then tell them we're not going to do it again, okay? Do not say to your child, now you do not do it not again. Say rather, show me you can play nicely. We are quick to say, now you do not do that again. Do you hear me? Rather say, show me that you can play nicely, or show me you can do that. You big boy, big girl. Now you're probably wondering how communication fits into this. Tell your child what he or she may and may not do. We must communicate with our children and do what you say. How do we always say, monkey do what monkey see? If your child sees that you are not doing what you say, your child will not learn from you. Learn the difference between right and wrong communication with your child. Tell your child why he or why she is not allowed to play with it, so that they can know what will happen if they do play with it. That's very important. You must tell your child must know why. Social cultural skills. Teach your child at home as well as at school the teachers values and moral beliefs. Children do what they say. Cultural values are about actions, the beliefs, the traditions, clothing, personal decorations, makeup, jewelry, etc. We must have respect for each other. Again, a communication. If you as parents and us as teachers not going to teach your or the children the right values and the right moral beliefs and do not what you say, how are they going to know what is right and what is wrong? It is so important to be part of your child's existence in all aspects of their life. But it begins at home. everything begins at home. Manners. We must teach our children good manners. They must know to say please, thank you, excuse me, sorry. Not to interrupt adults. Remember the holding of your child's hand. If someone asks the child, what is your name? What is your surname? How old are you? Learn your child to answer them. At school we learn raise your hand if you want to ask something, or if the teacher asks something and you must answer. Raise your hand. Don't shout. We can't talk all together. When cough or sneeze, remember to keep your hand in front of your mouth and nose when you sneeze. Communication. If you're not going to teach your child, how will they know? Then teaching. Stimulate your child from birth. Very important. Read stories from as little as you can. Ask the child, go fetch me a book and we listen, but not with the TV on. We go into the bedroom, he lies down, you read a story, and that calms the child. You can make educational toys by using resources or waste materials. Help your child with his or her homework. Sometimes we will let you know as parents, there's something that the child are struggling with, please help me at home. It only will benefit the child. Parents and teachers is in a partnership. Attend the meetings, the sessions, the fundraisers, the functions. Support your child's school. You should be proud of your child's school. Take the teacher's hands and help us. We need everyone's help. Not always money and contributions, but physical and emotional help. I would like to show you what you can do with your child at home, and it costs nothing. You can make something that is educational and do it at home, and I want you to ask to take photos and send it to me. I really want to see it, or to the tanny or to the teacher of your child. I've got a picture here that's already been colored in. You can color it in, or the child can color it in, and then you can cut it. First you can start for the little ones as well, you can start to cut it in half, and then they're going to use it as a puzzle. And if they can do that correct, then you cut it again, in each one in half. Now you've got a 4-piece puzzle. Help your child and you can build a puzzle for 4-piece. And you can put it together and then you can see, this is the picture. I haven't got enough hands. And if you haven't got a coloring book, I've already cut this one, but you can use pictures out a magazine and you can paste it on a piece of paper or cardboard, like the porridge box cardboard, and you also can cut, and they can also use that as a puzzle and it will help you. You can, I think everyone got macaroni at your home, so you can take wool or you can take gut, and you can also paint your macaroni with coloring, food coloring, and you can thread this gut through the macaroni and you can make a nice necklace or anything of macaroni. You can also take cool drink caps and any other milk caps and all the different colors, and you can learn them the different colors. They can sort it by size, they can sort it by colors. You even can make a little hole into it, and you also can let the children use it to thread. And then I've got pegs, all the different colors here. If you can't buy it, you can use the the brown pig, you can color it in, or you can even paint it. And then I've got this curtain wire, but you can also use any other wire or wool or something that you can use. But it learns the child with the little hands to open the pig and close the pig. So he can try to put it on this wire, and it learns also the child don't just take it off, you must open it with your little fingers. So that exercises also for the little fingers they can do. There are many different things. You can use cigarette boxes to put it on top of each other, and they can see how high they can go with that boxes. Then I will ask you, I'm so glad and I hope that you enjoyed the, the session. I'm going to put a little feedback report in your child's bag. It's the parent engagement evaluation form. I want you to fill it in for me and to send it back, because this form I must send it in because I want to see how did you enjoy the session and was it useful, and there's also questions where they any concerns which you would like to highlight. Do you have suggestions or requests going forward? So I want you please fill it in for me and send it as soon as you can back. The English is for the English children, and I'm going to give the Afrikaans for the Afrikaans people. Thank you so much. I enjoy this, and I hope you learned something today. Thank you and bye-bye.